Alright, we are good and we are live! Hi out there, Internet! I'm the unbearable Neomagicwarrior, and joining me for an excursion through Destiny is the one, the only, WildBil52. How are you doing today, Bill?
Yes, I'm doing great. And any day with Destiny is a good day.
That's the spirit. Alright, so now you're gonna have to talk me through what we're doing, because I have no clue. So we're gonna...
Not an issue. So what we are doing, in a nutshell, we're basically going to be going through the campaign. Since you just started your game, you just completed the Spark mission, which gets you far enough to allow me to join your game. So you're going to be going to the director.
Cool. Open director.
That's that little option right in the bottom there. So the director is where you choose everything in the game to do. If you hold down your left trigger, you'll see something called milestones.
Hey, there we go.
Now, very early on in the game, so very early on in the game, there's not very much open. Like right now, you just see Earth and, the farm, and that's pretty much it. As you play more through the game, you'll have multiple destinations open up, and then the end game is really where all of the game happens. So you have very little in the way of milestones right now. So basically, we're going to be following the Red War all the way through the campaign.
Sweet. So I've got to speak with Hawthorne at the farm. So I assume, let's go to a farm.
Yes. Yep.
Ooh.
And I'll try to keep it relatively spoiler free, because things do happen during the campaign that, change, and then when the campaign's over, things are different. And I know that's dumb and cryptic, but
everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, Bill. Everything changed.
Yeah, well, it's like I look at your map and I'm like, oh wow, just remember when there was like 2 destinations, because your screen's gonna change very much in the next 8 to 10 hours.
It's like, remember when all of the everything wasn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing, I'm going to try to refrain to do too much, unless anyone in chat cares to ask any questions, is compare this to Destiny 1. This game's been out for almost a year now. The 3rd expansion is going to be out in September, the first major expansion. So the comparisons to D1 are probably getting tired at this point. But just as a new player, if you point out something that's drastically different from 1, or that you say, hey, I really wish that it did this, I might chime in and be like, hey, guess what? 1 had that and they got rid of it.
Yep.
So that might happen.
Yeah, seeing as how I've never played Destiny 1 either, my experience with Destiny is I played the beta when Destiny 1 was coming out and went, I don't know if this is for me. And then the rest of my group went, I think we're good. Let's play something else.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get this.
I gotta tell you, I had my experience was I played the beta, I absolutely loved it, and I pre-ordered the game, and then the game came out and I played through the bulk of it, and then it was over, and it was like, that's it. Like it was really the best comparison, or the best description I read of it, and I wish I remember who it was. I would quote them. They said it's like the nicest mansion in the world filled with IKEA furniture. like the structure was amazing and awesome and great, but there was just nothing to do in it. So it has come a long way, and I fell out of it for a year after it first came out, and I joined back up in year 2, right around the time Taken King had already come out, and that was when it kind of exploded for me.
All right, so now there's this farm overseer who we're probably supposed to talk to. What's this guy with a crown down there? Oh, Crucible. I've heard that's multiplayer stuff.
Yes, Crucible is the multiplayer, and we can certainly explore that if you like. But yeah, so that blue crown, that's just a quest marker. So whenever you have an active quest, that blue one is what you see. So normally you want to, you don't have to do them. You can pick up multiple quests, without activating them. So you can pick that up whenever you feel like. So here we are with the Red War.
Yep.
A few hours ago to set up a comm network.
So we're setting stuff up, and then I get to take all of these rewards, or just one?
Don't tell him I said that. If you give him a hand,
now I'm not seeing exactly what you see, since I've
I
already
can
done
just
it.
take. Nope, just one.
So...
Cool. I learned.
Oh, there, yeah. If it just says acquire, then that's just the one thing.
We need
All right,
people
let's.
we can trust.
I think that gun's better than
That's
what
my
I have.
plan.
Yes, much better than what I have. So let's use that.
Right, so what you're going to be doing at any point in time, if you ever have any item that's a higher power level than what you currently have, replace the thing that is lower and also immediately dismantle it.
Okay, so immediately dismantle stuff. Yeah, because
Right.
I've got all the garbage.
So when you hover over, yep, when you hover over an item that is, that you want to dismantle, yeah, just hold X and dismantle. Because what's going to end up happening, you're going to end up picking up so much stuff. Once you have 9 of one type of item, you can't pick up anything else. It's going to get sent to the postmaster. So then you have to fly all the way back to the farm, or whatever social space that you have active to use that. So.
Gross.
But yeah, anytime you get something new, and you'll see like your inventory slots like glow when you get new stuff. So just hover over it. If it's newer, hit A and then hold X immediately to dismantle.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going through and clearing out all of the garbage from the initial. There we go. Let's put some stuff on. Hey, you're better.
And another thing you can do just for less back and forth, if you hold down your left trigger on this screen, it will display the power levels of every item on the screen.
That is a really nice quality of life thing.
Yep. So, and you see on the bottom right how it says gear stats, left trigger. There are lots of hidden little shortcuts in the UI. So just kind of be on the lookout for those.
Wow, I like doubled in power. That.
Exactly.
I think
Yep.
she said,
that is going to be a common theme.
Return to orbit so that we can go to the new place.
Now, you don't have to return to orbit. You can open up the map and just open up the director.
I already did it.
That's I know I already said I wouldn't do this. In Destiny 1, you could not launch an activity from anywhere but orbit. In Destiny 2, you can launch any activity from anywhere.
That's super
and
sweet.
You either hold that menu button to get to the director, or you can press your menu and hamburger buttons at the same time.
So it's European Dead Zone Earth. Yes.
Yes, very bottom. That's the EDZ.
Red War. Track that, I guess? Yes. Is what it says. And then, yeah, we'll travel.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you don't actually launch missions right from this screen. You have to land at a landing zone. So normally you pick the one that's nearest to where you're going, but
we only have one.
Not always. Sometimes you're feeling funky.
And now we watch the loading cinematic where your ship is way cooler than mine.
It's so much. It's in the background, and this is not even my coolest ship. Actually, you're not going to see it on this flight, but here I'm gonna transfer a couple of my other coolest ships to me. And if you didn't know, so there is an official Destiny 2 companion app that you can change your gear at any time on your phone, which is kind of nice.
Actually, kind of cool.
I'm using the Destiny Item Manager. It used to be a Chrome extension. Now it's just like a regular like browser site. But I'm actually pulling some stuff to my character right now.
That is ridiculous.
Don't get cocky now that you've got your powers back. The EDZ is
and I'll
rough,
take this guy,
especially around the
and I'll
old town.
take this guy.
Just remember, refugees from the city.
Now, what does
have it
a
lot
different
rougher.
ship do? Is it just purely
Wanna help
cosmetic,
them?
or?
Find Devram K.
Yep, 100%. So two things. Everyone sees it when you're flying to or from an activity, and when your character zones into a location, like right now, it's about to happen. That's called a transmat. So there's a little transmat effect that you can apply to the ship. So if you want to change that little flourish of, like little space fireworks, you can have it be fire, or have it be, ice or void, or you can have it be like the way certain enemies teleport in. You can, there's dozens of different transmat effects, and those get applied to your ship as well.
That seems absolutely unnecessary. I love it.
Yeah. That's actually that was the name of the game in beta. Absolutely unnecessary too.
Let's see what we've got. So we're in
The Reckoning.
Oh hey, already taking fire from somewhere. Oh nope, never mind.
Yes. All right, so this is the EDZ.
Yep, we are out in the open. And then I assume we go up to where ye olde red icon is. As is customary with these games.
Oh, I got my warlock jump. I'm gonna have to get used to this thing. And now you're gonna meet the silky sweet tones of Devrim K.
Yes?
That is not the voice I was expecting.
And this guy, for all you Final Fantasy X fans out there, or sorry, 15 fans, you might recognize this guy.
Times indeed. Devrim K, the 8th at your
Yeah, this is nothing what I expected when I looked at this guy.
Now I serve at the pleasure of my dear friend Soraya Hawthorne. First on the docket, contact other refugees and tell them of the farm.
So faction
Building a
rewards.
comm network.
Yep. So every location has a like a scout or like a vendor. You know, they're sometimes called. So you can see he sells a whole bunch of stuff that you probably can't afford right now because you don't have any of the stuff that's required to buy it. So there's a trick to these guys. While you're leveling up, or sorry, before you've like reached max level, these guys are great ways to get gear that's more powerful than what you have. So you are going to want to buy stuff once you can afford it. But once they only like drop stuff up to a certain power level. So like for me, like I'm like 370 something. So the stuff that they cap out at like 340. But there's a secret. These guys will drop 380 gear if you are already max level, but they only do it for like an hour at a time. And there's actually a Twitter account that you follow just to find out when they start dropping max light stuff. It's what is it, Destiny Engrams, I think it is. Let me look it up real quick while you're browsing.
Hold to find the adventure beacon. Click the adventure beacon to track its location. And then let's give my ghost a
right,
new
yeah,
skin.
so yep, and there's yep, now ghost skins are more than cosmetic. They if you go to your inventory screen and examine your ghost, you can see that yeah, so once you equip the shell, or just hit the Y for the preview, then you'll be able to see what the effects are. So I think the EDZ shell, it like highlights treasure caches near you. Like when you get near them, you'll see like a little kind of like a waypoint will show up, so you'll know treasures nearby.
That's pretty nice.
There's ones that give you additional XP and ones that give you, you know, like you generate more money. So depending on what you're trying to do, you can kind of put on a ghost shell that is conducive to your goals.
So this is New Frontier, recommended power 30+. We're at 24. I don't think it's probably that awful.
Let's get started. There's a banner on the main floor. Give it a look, will you?
Give it a look.
There we go. Now that you've activated something, I can finally see the beacon. So here we go.
So we're gonna look.
Ooh, it's a tapestry.
Oh man, it's all blue and stuff.
This is a fallen house sigil. I don't recognize it though.
Nor I. The Fallen seem to have put this up as something of a
Reference to
threat.
Destiny 1.
I imagine you'll find lots of objects like this out there with a bit of a story to them.
Oh man, I'll bet you'll find these things with a story.
You both need some supplies to get going out here. See if you find a cache in one of the buildings nearby.
So let's see. There we go, there's our...
See if you can find one. See if this waypoint helps you.
Something's out there. We have to loot a chest. Oh man, I'll get better gear. No, I won't.
Very well done. To survive, we'll have to look for every opportunity.
So, EDZ
Keep your eyes
tokens.
peeled for more supplies in the wilds. Speaking of the wilds, there's a symbol on the wall of the church. Take a look.
Let's see.
So in case you couldn't tell, Devrim is kind of tutorialing you.
Yep. Into here's how you go to places.
So it's like, yeah, this is a chest, and they have things in them. Here's a symbol on the wall. Be on the lookout for this. So this symbol that's on the wall, he'll probably tell you, you know, before or after you get here in a better voice than me. This signifies that a lost sector is
I
nearby.
believe your city hunters must have put them here and there about the region as they scouted around.
What's that mean?
I think they meant it to mark something special.
Oh, like a secret area.
Exactly. So now these were teased before the game came out as like little like mini dungeons that you could go in, and you know, like they were hidden throughout the world, and everyone got really excited about them. And they are kind of cool because there are like little pockets of you know, of an adventure that you can go find. But I would never call them anything close to like a mini dungeon. It's really just a little pocket of enemies. You kill all the enemies and there's a chest at the end.
That's a shame.
And they only take like a couple minutes to clear out. So where these will get really heavily used is every couple of like month or two they do an event called a faction rally, and you earn points for the faction that you join. And one of the main ways to earn points is to clear out lost sectors. So these things are just full of people during a faction rally, and usually pretty empty otherwise.
Except during tutorials.
Exactly! There's so many of us here.
So I assume these yellow dudes that I keep seeing are kind of, they're just kind of elite characters to kill.
Yes, so yellows are referred to as majors. Sometimes the game refers to them as powerful enemies. There'll be like some like weapons or you know quests that'll say, oh, like in order to do this you have to defeat 10 powerful enemies. They're talking about yellow bars.
Nice.
But that's for another day. In the meantime, what say we get?
Hey, I got a new ability.
Come on back up to the church tower.
Let's see what I can get.
All right, and also don't forget, and we haven't really needed it because they're, you know, we haven't really been, you know, overwhelmed or anything, but don't forget you have your big yellow bar on the bottom left, which is your super. And you do get it back like every 4 to 5-ish minutes, depending, because as you kill stuff, you get it back faster. So do not be afraid to pop that super and have some fun with it.
Sounds good to me.
And my current super, what am I? Ooh, I'm Stormcaller. You're gonna like this one.
Ooh.
Stormcaller, you basically become Palpatine with his Force Lightning, only you hover around with it instead of standing still. It's pretty great.
Alright, let's open and hold to get to the director. Milestones, so speak with Devrum's where we're going next, it looks like. So, boop.
Yep, you are still totally being tutorialed.
Oh no, the tutorial, help!
How do I beat the tutorial?
Oh hey! Look, we've got company.
Yep, and you'll kind of find that the way Destiny works is whenever you change areas, the bottom left you'll see, like, see how it says Trossland on your screen, either now or recently.
Yes.
Whenever you change areas, there are kind of like invisible walls that you could be with like randos in one area, but then as soon as you change areas,
all the randos
you
disappear.
enter like a completely different instance of the game. So like all the randos change.
Oh.
Welcome
Hey,
back.
it's Adam.
This time I did.
How's it
make
going?
time For you. I seem to have drunk
He's
it.
a guy.
He's a
Perhaps if you
thing.
were a mite quicker.
So we got a comm signal booster.
Right, the beacon.
Yay!
While you were tussling with the Fallen, we've encountered a bit of a setback. Hawthorne has placed
He gets
the
to
last
watch us
relay on
bumble
mountain above the
terribly
Soap
through,
Mines, but even from that height, the signal still
what's it
doesn't
called?
have the range
Some
we
Destiny.
expected.
Well, one of us anyway.
Curious. Regardless, this signal booster should solve
And he gets
our
to watch the
problem.
other level up his third character for occasional mayhem.
Woo!
Indeed.
Hooray, occasional.
See you soon.
Alright, so what tooltip is it yelling at me
I just
now?
saw you take a sip of your drink, and I forgot that I brought a beer down here, so here it comes.
One shot for
Oh,
every friend.
yeah.
Being Dead Zone, new activities available. So I can press and hold to get to the destination point. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. So we have a public event incoming in 48 seconds. Start it?
Public events are awesome, so if you would like
Let's
to
go.
do that, I will walk you through this public
Let's
event.
figure this out.
Yep, go ahead and track it, and let's go to where it is. Now, before a public event starts, there's a flag nearby. If you run up to it and hold X, you do what's called Rally to the Flag. This does two things. It adds a timer on screen, so you'll know when the public event starts, and it fills your super meter.
Nice!
So if you see a public event nearby and you have a full
Just-
super, use that super and then rally to the flag. The reason I didn't tell you that first is because we only had like 10 more seconds, and also there was no reason to pop a super. There was like no enemies around here.
Awesome. So something's about to happen.
But just
and I
fun little
don't
thing.
know what.
Okay. Yes, and it's going
And
to
there's
be
also
great.
a lot
You
of high-level
probably will die,
people.
Don't feel bad about it.
I was going to say, there's a lot of high-level people, and I'm not.
Well, and that's the thing. 99% of the players in this game are level 30. That's the max level, and you get to the max level just by finishing the campaign. So you get to 20 by finishing the regular campaign, 25 for Curse of Osiris, and 30 for Warmind. So there's only like, 1 or 2%. Like the new players are level, 1 through 29 for like a week, and then you'll be 30.
Oh, nice. So we have to extract the
So
glimmer?
this is a glimmer drill. So what you're doing, kill ads. Those are the additional enemies for those new to the MMO language. But there's a secret objective to make this event a heroic event, and these guys are so good they already did it. There's a little, I'll show you on the next one, because they're gonna go to a second extraction site.
Heading to another site.
There's going to be a small glowy thing that you need to destroy, and if we destroy all of them, it triggers a heroic event, which gives you better rewards.
Nice. I'll take better rewards.
When the game first came out, these were all secret objectives, but everybody...
I was going to say, not so secret anymore, I
they are now, so... They're never not heroic if you're playing with anybody who knows what they're doing. And here's... it's this thing right here. There you go. The thing we're all shooting at. That's the secret thing to shoot. That is dead already, because these randos are so good. These aren't randos. These are Calrissians.
I like it. I like it a lot.
There they go again.
Alright, and now the final extraction site.
I'm going to pretend to know what's happening.
And you might see, actually before going to the last extraction site, hang with me for a sec. So you see these glowing orbs on the ground? Those are called orbs of light. You can't pick them up, and now you can follow me, we'll go to the last site. Those are called orbs of light. You can't pick them up because your super's already full. Whenever someone either kills 2 enemies very quickly with a certain type of weapon, or kills them with their super, it generates orbs of light, and those grant your super back much faster. So it kind of encourages people to use their supers because you're going to get it back even quicker.
Awesome.
This is my Emperor Palpatine, by the way.
Hold them off while I transmit.
I'm smacking things. I went.
All right, so you see, just so just for a demo, I just used my super, and now I just picked up all these orbs, and I have it back already.
Oh, that's
so
crazy.
Public events are a great way. All right, now you see where we're standing right here? We are trying to transmat this pile of glimmer. So you see the timer that's on there when we stand on it? If we can defend this until that gets to 100, then we win the public event and we get rewards. Here's a big yellow bar, Palpatine.
I feel like I'm helping. I'm at least going to pretend that I am.
Yeah. It might feel that way because like 9 bros are jumping all our ammo into these big enemies. But yeah, alone those guys would be very difficult.
Let's see. Like, I feel like I've killed things. Hey.
And we win.
Woo! I got a rare piece of equipment.
Right. Your first public event complete, and it was a heroic.
Nice. And I got 40 points in achievement there. And we get a crate with some loot in it.
Out of this chest here. Yep, so you get a little bit of loot. You probably get an item that's more powerful than what you got. And spoiler alert, you won't find this out until after the campaign's over, but in the end game, there is a weekly event called the Flashpoint. A different world, a different location every week will be, dubbed the Flashpoint. And what you have to do is you have to go to the Flashpoint and just complete public events. And basically, when you're done, you are rewarded with a powerful item. The game uses the term powerful to tell you that item can potentially go up to the power cap. Because at the end of the game, you're going to hit like 340, and you're going to just hit a wall. Like nothing will drop over 340, so you have to do your powerful milestones.
Nice.
So public events are a major... every week, everybody goes to whatever the Flashpoint is and does a public event, which is kind of a really cool thing because forcing everyone onto the same location every week, it just guarantees that there's always going to be people there because everyone's not spread out over 10 worlds. All right, so there's your public event.
As I go through all of
and
my...
yeah, once you're done...
Oh my god. That helmet's way better.
Exactly.
All of this gear is way
Go
better.
through all your stuff. Yep. And the thing is, looking back on it, you're looking at this, you're like, oh my god, I am 32 now.
As a matter of fact...
You're just going to end up in like the... Yeah. You're going to end up in the 300s, and you're going to be like, oh, look at me. So, all right, now that that's done, so you can go back to your director.
I was going to say, there's an adventure right here.
Choose something else to do.
Here. We conveniently stood next
to
one.
So, adventures...
Helping me spread the word. We're broadcasting a signal from the farm to people who fled the city saying, you'll be safe here.
You'll be safe here.
We need to make sure everyone, everywhere, can hear
I can hear you loud and clear,
There's a few
game.
signal amplifiers around the area to boost the
Yes,
signal.
I get it.
That should do the trick.
That was a very long way to explain, hey, do me a favor. We need to boost the signal. So, adventures are small...
Just like little...
Actually, I'll let you do this, because you're... They're 10 to 15 minute tops, little like side missions.
Where?
They almost always have like mechanics other than just kill the stuff. Here, yeah, if you step in that little... There you go. They almost always have mechanics other than just go here and kill stuff. And they almost always have a little bit of story exposition. And they are not repeatable unless you go back to the scout, so like Devram in this case, and like activate the adventure again. So it's cool for people who just want to clear things off their map and have it be clear. Awesome. If you want to keep reactivating them, you can just go back to them. You can play it again if you want to.
That's kind of neat.
Yep. Give you the best of both.
Alright, where's our next thingy?
Alright.
Oh, we just have to kill stuff.
Okay, so right now we have to kill 4 zealous vandals.
And there's a box.
Alright, I don't see any.
There was a crate there.
Oh yes, whenever you kill a powerful, like a VIP, is what they're called, they drop a crate. Where are these zealots? They're not waypointed, so we just gotta go around until we find some zealots.
Just wander. There's another crate over here.
Yeah, this game showers players with loot. It's not always the best stuff in the world, but you always have stuff that you can pick up and compare.
That's good. Because sometimes, what's it called? Like, it's nice to have that Diablo-esque feel of, hey, here's 1,000 things. Hey! Killed one.
Oh, there you go. Looks like you found at least one zealot over there.
Oh.
These look like they're Cabal, so I don't know if there's any zealots over here. Got a powerful servitor over here. Just gonna Palpatine him.
Get punched. Started Captain America-ing things.
Oh yeah, 3 out of 4, just one more.
Need another automatic weapon. I should go back in and change up my stuff.
Must have drawn the rest of the fallen out.
I've got 2 pistols on.
Yeah, once you
Need to make sure that signal is strong. You better hurry up and place that second
yeah,
node.
hand cannons are one of those items that I never cared for early on in the game, but then when I reached the end game, I realized just how great they are. But early on in the game, I think the hand cannons, until you get to the legendaries, they're probably not that great.
This place used to be
There
so
we go.
peaceful.
Let's find
This is the first time
the
I've even
clear
seen
destination.
any fallen since the Cabal hit us. Reminds me of the city. You all tried to make it so we never even laid eyes on a Dreg. To keep us safe, right? There's another word for a place you're not allowed to leave. You know,
Oh, now
All
there's
right.
plenty
walls
of
you can't
dudes.
see over, and guards everywhere.
Yep. So we
despite
actually, if you look at your map,
exploits
you'll see that we
there,
actually have to go a
I
little
hardly think
distance.
the city
So if you want to
was
go ahead and
prison.
jump on your Sparrow, we'll just drive
Just
over.
saying.
Let me figure
No
out,
walls to
how do I
farm.
do that?
Come and go whenever you want.
Yep. Take your Ghost
Make
out,
sure
Okay.
everyone can
which
get
is
there.
your menu
Hey,
button.
Guardian?
and then hold X to summon your Sparrow.
I do not have one.
Oh no! I totally forgot. That's not a troll. I totally forgot. You don't get a Sparrow until the campaign is over. And this was a big thing people complained about. They're like, dude, you have me walking. Look how fast
Yeah,
I'm
I
going.
know.
They're like, you have me walking everywhere in the game, and they're like, yeah, we did that on purpose because we didn't want players just zooming through all our locations. We wanted them to really like learn them. And then, you know, you get the Sparrow at the end, and everybody's like, you have got to be kidding me. And the funny thing is, Sparrows can drop from like rando, like engram drops during the game. So that explanation doesn't mean anything because you can just get a Sparrow if you're lucky. So sorry about the walking.
It's okay. That's actually kind of crazy.
I read the boosted signal.
Yeah.
And some kind of
I think the
strange
other way you could
feedback.
get one is if you bought a box of Pop-Tarts.
What?
I'd wager they have some kind of jamming
They had a
devices
promo
nearby.
with Pop-Tarts where they got a Target exclusive red Sparrow if you bought a box of Pop-Tarts, and you could activate it from like the first level. So, yeah.
Man. Anybody have a box of Pop-Tarts?
Special. Oh, hey, specially marked box.
I mean, I'll just take a regular box of Pop-Tarts. I'm not picky.
Yeah.
Alright, you clearly look... Yep, that was... I was gonna say that there's like this big bright yellow chest in a corner of very drab brown.
Oh yeah, definitely a chest. All right, so and that was actually that's the jamming device right there. If you see there's a waypoint on it.
Let's...
So right now we have to destroy the 3 jamming devices. So lay into it.
I was gonna say I didn't see a
Yes.
waypoint on it.
Oh, you didn't? I maybe because I had my ghost out. So that's another thing. If you're ever curious about what you're supposed to be doing, if you just press the menu button and take your ghost out, it doesn't work always. There's not always a waypoint, but if there is one, then you'll see it on the map then. So I think they want us to actually like walk around and try to find them right now.
Oh. I'm just being a
And,
brat.
hopefully they're in this area, so you don't have to try to get on a Sparrow.
Oh, hey,
again.
here's one.
There you go. You found one there. I also think if just enough time passes, they're like, "Hey, buddy, it's right over here."
Like the mercy roll, like...
Yep, I found it.
Ah.
There. Got a clear signal. No more feedback.
5x5 here as well. Excellent
There
work.
we go.
It's nice to have a guardian helping us
I
normals
will
for a change.
meet you there.
But there's one more thing. Did I send those coordinates correctly?
I've got them.
see.
Through the tunnel, across the river.
That's the place.
Man, this
left
is
something
not a
behind
short
there.
walk
Nope.
either.
Nope.
We're almost to your coordinates, Hawthorne.
Just start
Good.
singing some
I'm
walking
not surprised
tunes.
Man,
they
I'm
were
gonna
have
get
to
where I'm
land in a
going.
hurry a while back.
I'm gonna get where I'm going,
Supplies
and
for
then
the
I'm gonna
farm.
open my map.
For the
I want you to
city.
open your map
But when
because
you
you
all got
see your
attacked,
party
I
members as
dropped
green
everything
dots on the
and
map.
flew across the ocean to try
I'm
and
just
help.
curious. I want
Bad
to see your
news, Hawthorne.
progress.
The Fallen beat us here.
The city sure doesn't need it anymore.
All right, go ahead and open up your
We could
map.
use
See.
that stuff at the
So
farm.
it's open director.
All right, forget the supplies.
There we go, yes.
Clear
Yeah,
out those
hold the
fallen,
director.
and we'll figure out our next move.
So I'm there. And you're... Oh, you're pretty far down there.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll be done with this little.
Oh, there's apparently another public event
Skirmish.
incoming.
That's the cool thing about public events is like no matter what's going on, you can always like join them, and there's no penalty or anything. So, and public events are timed, so you got to get in before the before it expires.
That's pretty rad.
So yeah, basically what is happening with me now is there's a basically like 3 or 4 waves of fallen that we're trying to hold off from all the supplies that Devrim sent us to go secure.
The area's clear.
Not for long. The Fallen don't like it when they're denied a good scavenge. They're bound to come at you in force.
There we go.
Do me another favor, you two. Drop another one of those node things to boost my signal.
Hey.
And get out of there.
So secure the area and... Come on, barrels, explode.
Yep, so we're securing the area by killing the bros.
I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten more of our fellow RF Gen members to come say hi. I mean, granted, Duke was making fun of me because I was screaming. We were screaming early.
Well, no, I mean, even, you know, when you said 7, because, you know, like some of us older guys, like I got 2 kids, and they're normally in bed by like 8 o'clock at the earliest.
I was gonna say, shout out to your wife for being awesome.
Too early. Yeah, no, she is awesome. And actually, there was a little bit of like noise in my ear, and so at first, like I thought you said, "Shut up" to your wife, but I was like, I'm not gonna go tell my wife to shut up. That wouldn't be appropriate. And then I was like, oh no, he said shout out, that's fine. But no, yeah, she's awesome. So we played with the kids, we had our dinner, we, you know, kind of hung out for a little bit, and I was like, all right guys, Daddy's got to go do a little work, because they wouldn't, they don't understand. Daddy has to go defeat some Fallen and secure some supplies. But yeah, I think as we get a little bit later here, and also there is one more spot open in the fire team. If somebody wants to jump in.
You can only have 3 people in a team?
No, it depends on the event, but yes. So if you were just patrol, basically what we're doing right now is patrol. So you can have up to 3 people in a fire team that's just in a location.
Okay.
And strikes are a PvE event, which they're kind of like, you know, closer to like 15-20 minute. They're kind of like adventures, only like more complex. And there's usually 2 or 3 bosses in them. They always finish with a big boss. But yeah, most events are 3. PvP is 6, and raids are 6. But the thing is, in an instance, so like in like a public area, there can be up to 9 people. So, oh no, my controller died. I'll have to get batteries.
That's a problem.
So, but yeah, in a public area, you could have up to 9.
They're gone.
Sorry, I'm just gonna grab batteries while we're
Go
doing
ahead,
this.
I just punched.
So if you have like,
Guess I kind of forgot that.
And now we know that there are
where are
resources to be
batteries?
found
Oh, here we go.
in
Good, there's
DZ.
some right here.
Once we retake the city, that'll be a big help.
Sure.
What Soraya means to say is, thank you. Head back here when you can,
But
you
yeah,
two.
so you were saying
There's
once
still
you can
quite
get
a
9
bit to
people
do.
in an instance.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Now I have juice. Yeah. So you remember how I was saying before, like when you enter an area, you kind of you know, like the randos can change. So basically, what you do is you have 3 like friends that you know, go to the same area, and like just enter and exit the area until 2 of you are together, and then you guys stay there.
And then the other person.
And then the third one enters and exits an area, and then it might take a while, but once you're all in the same area randomly, then you each invite 3 friends to your instance, and now you have 9 people to do whatever you want. No, there's only one event in the game that you really need to do that with, because it's you know, on the more difficult side, and that's an event that was added in Warmind called Escalation Protocol. And not only is it, you know, a thing that requires a lot of people to do effectively, the best, you know, arguably the best shotgun in the game right now is a reward from the highest level of Escalation Protocol. So there are still a lot of people trying to do it, which is a really fun event.
Ooh. Alright, so it looks like Red War is over here. I assume there's no way to... Oh, there is a fast travel. Look at that. We can fast travel.
Correct. So yeah, you can track an event, you can fast travel back to that point, and then obviously you'll open up more fast travel points on the map as you progress in the story.
Woo!
And you know what's really really cool, or at least I think it's really cool?
What's that?
I'll give you a minute to you know, we'll reach the destination. All right, go ahead and open up your map again.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Do you see me?
Yep.
I'm still where I was.
Oh, wow.
It's so cool that it doesn't, number one, that it doesn't like slam people around, like keep everyone all together. You can actually be in the same fire team, patrolling the same enormous area, and you can be doing completely different things, which is kind of a cool thing. Because especially since when you think about it, you and me are in completely different areas, so we're actually in different instances of the game, but they're able to, you know, manage this on their side, which is, I think it's a pretty cool technical feat. Now, when you start the Red War mission, it should pull me to you, so I don't even have to fast travel to you or anything. You can just start the Red War when you're ready.
Oh, that's super awesome. It'll just kind of pull you over here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So when we're in a fire team, when you start an activity, it will pull me in.
It's
so
amazing the quality of life improvements that they've added to this.
I mean, there's, you know, not to say that there's not still, you know, some work to be done, because there is, but there are. I mean, that's all the game was really, was, you know, quality of life improvements and quality of service. You know, if Rich is going to join us, but
do they box that up for you? And they sell that by the pound, right?
Yeah.
Or
right.
no, the gram.
Yeah.
It's a European standard.
by the deciliter. All right, let's rev this war.
Woo! So we're rendezvousing with a Mr. Hawthorne somewhere.
Well, not Mr.
Oh, Miss Hawthorne. That's right. Yes. Or, you know what? Let's not assign gender roles. She's 2018.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how she identifies. She might. I mean, it might be the bird.
Hey, Dev. Still sitting up here above
I
the
am going
lines
to
with
clip
this
that whole
busted
quality of
collar
service content
Where's that
and
signal
send it to Rich later.
Finally, he admits he's old.
No, I don't remember how far we got when we were talking about hand cannons earlier, but if you'll notice, I'm one-shotting most of these enemies. Now, hand cannons are, I don't want to say high risk, high reward, but
talking, old man.
precision shots deal massive damage and body shots do okay damage. So if you actually take your time and go for headshots, you're one-shotting everything. So the problem is people treat hand cannons like, oh, just shoot. And it's like, no. Slow down, bro.
That's like a sniper rifle.
One shot, and you just, exactly. It's like a shorter range sniper rifle with more ammo. But yeah, if when you get a nice hand cannon that you like I'll let you know when I feel like you got a good one. Just you know, slow the pace a little bit and go for those headshots. It's such a fun weapon to play with.
Get punched. Investigate. Oh, hey. It's one of those symbols. Now, what does that do?
Oh, right, yeah, there are...
That elevator should take us to the top of the mines. These house banners are rare.
Just a little bit of lore.
Oh, okay.
Now, they promise they're adding some lore stuff in the game.
As opposed to...
that's one of the things that they took out from one that they haven't really put back in yet. So, like, there are lore things you can discover just out in the world, but there's no place where they're all, like, collected, so you can go and, like, you know, kind of look what everything adds up to.
Oh, like how you just had to sit and read a bunch of lore for Destiny 1?
Yeah, so what would happen is, like, you would do things in the game that would unlock what's called a Grimoire card, but there was no way to look at it in the game. You had to go open the Destiny app. But once you did that, there was tons of lore, and there were unlockables, and there were, you know, things you could grind to get, you know, just, you know, your Grimoire level. And what was cool is your Grimoire level showed on your, like, in-game. So if I would join with a rando and I saw his Grimoire score was 4,800, I'm like, oh, dude, this guy is into it, because you could have two players the exact same level, the exact same power level, or light level, but one's Grimoire was like 2,000 higher, so you knew, like, oh, this dude is grinding McGee over here.
Yeah, he's also reading all of the stuff and checking stuff out.
Yeah, yeah, or even if he wasn't interested in, like, reading the stuff, he was at least, you know, exploring that piece of the game where you could, like, you know, go and grind those other, you know, 30 other things. So if you stand next to this thing right here, you see the little ghost icon that's in the top right hand of your screen. Whenever you see that ghost icon, that means there's a piece of lore nearby that you can investigate.
Someone must have gotten mad that it wasn't working fast enough. Reminds me of Cade.
So again, it's cool that they're in there, and they're cool little tidbits, but there's no way to track which ones you have and which ones you don't, or, like, to go back and, like, listen to these lore bits again. So that's one of the little things that the people who really like the lore a bit of it, they're like, hey, can we maybe please have that eventually? And they promise they're working on some lore stuff in this next big update.
That's kind of cool. I mean, it's nice that not only do they have this
Alright.
crazy, expansive thing, but that they're also working for it. Uh-oh. I don't know where I'm supposed to be.
Oh yeah, take your, if you pull your ghost out, you'll see the waypoint.
Aha! There we go.
See? See how that's useful now all of a sudden?
Super almost useful. There we go. Let's see, I accidentally just walked over a new rifle. I'm hoping. Oh, there we go. A lost and found pulse rifle. And then an E212 submachine. Oh no, these Helios cannons are way better. Boop. And then a dead zone sniper rifle or the stay away grenade launcher. Neat. New stuff. Let's try it out.
Yep. So yeah. So again, like early on in the game, when all the drops you get are white, which is like, you know, like the most common. It, you know, every weapon is about like as equal as the other as far as like, you know, like damage and perks go. It's just, you know, what's the power number, because all you're trying to do is push your power level up. Once you get later in the game, all the drops you get are going to be blue, which are rare quality, or purple, which are legendary, and occasionally you get an exotic. You know, unfortunately, all the loot in the game doesn't really matter too much until you get to the purples. All you're trying to do is push the power level.
Well, here's the question, because you get to push that power level, but like, does any of your specific guns do anything different? Because I've noticed I've had like submachine guns and stuff with lower light levels than the hand cannons. And obviously a hand cannon's going to do more damage per shot.
Right, exactly, yeah. So that's why it's kind of tricky to compare apples to oranges, because your hand cannons are always going to have higher impact than like a scout or you know, a what do you call it? Like the submachine gun, but like, you know, they shoot more rounds, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of, it's like, to me, like I never compare. Oh, that's it. Yeah, to make sure you can shoot these little mines.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I kind of pick an archetype. You know, like whatever like if I choose, like, okay, I want to use a scout rifle here, I kind of have my like 2 or 3 favorite scouts that I go to, and then the same is true for like every type of weapon. Like, I want to use a hand cannon, okay, I'm using Better Devils or Midnight Coup or whatever. So that's the only piece of the game that you don't really get to experience until later on, because all of the early game stuff is just like so generic. All right, let's get that guy. Can't remember. I think there was actually a trick to doing that whole room like in one shot, or you throw a grenade in there or something.
I threw a grenade and it hit
now
most
this
of
room,
it.
like, you know. Oh yeah, then that was probably
We
it.
found an elevator.
You're good.
Yeah,
Almost
this room
as good as
early
this.
on in the game, like when I was going through the first time with my, you know, low level guy, it wasn't like too difficult, but like I definitely had to hide so I didn't
Elevator's not
die.
working.
So,
Power must be out.
oh, there's a servitor behind us.
And we've upset the fallen.
And you'll notice that we're in a respawn restricted zone.
Yeah, it's the don't die areas.
So with 2 people, it's not a huge deal. But yeah, if you die on your own, like you have to start the whole area over again, which is. All right, but I don't know if you've used your super yet, so now would be a reasonable time to pull it out.
Sounds good to me. It's Captain America, some peeps. Hey!
Good shield,
Hey,
bro.
Cisco 678. Thanks for the congrats. We've been congratulated on stream numero uno for the
Oh, thanks, Cisco.
RF Gen account. And it's hopefully the first of many. I'm sure we'll play all sorts of dumb stuff.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I certainly enjoy playing and yakking as often as someone will play with me and listen to my yakking.
Yakety yak. Don't talk about
I don't know if anyone else says yak. My dad always said yak.
I say it all the time. It's a pretty good word.
Okay. He also uses it when he wants people to stop talking. He says, "Yak your trap."
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
I'm used to people saying,
Okay, and then it may go without saying, but whenever you see enemies like bunched up together like that, that's prime grenade time.
hey, the lights are back on.
That did it. Killing the servitor
Yep.
brought the power back.
So even though there's still
Good
enemies
job.
in here,
Maybe I'll finally get my booster one of these days.
it was, I think that just that main major servitor was the only thing that the game was concerned about. All right, now have you any emotes?
How do I do that?
Press any direction on your D-pad.
Hey, I pointed. And
Try the other
I
directions.
have kneeled down. That is not sitting. That is. Also, Adam says your dad is a very interesting
here.
character.
Oh man, he's a fun guy.
I can salute, sort
For
of.
sure.
And then I can also dance.
And here,
As I get shot.
I'm gonna pull out I'm gonna pull out a couple of my exotic emotes while you defend me. I hope. So hang on.
I don't think you're probably in any
Jeez.
danger of dying from any of this stuff.
All right, you ready? So here's I think we have any baseball fans out there? So here's an exotic emote.
Oh, that's kind of rad. Can you do any damage with that?
So here. No, these are all just now here. If you got a view on me right here, this is Adam at work.
It just needs an "I'm in" sound effect.
And here, exactly. So that one's called "Awaken the War Mind." And here's me whenever my wife has something like really important to tell me.
And heading your way.
Hurry up with that booster. Let's finish hooking up the comm network.
Also, Adam has said that that is accurate. That's
Thanks
pretty
for
good.
the help. You're not so bad for a fancy
I don't know if you have chat
And
up or
any
not.
Arrested Development fans out there?
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard
Yes.
Soraya say.
I like
You're
the
in
dance.
rarefied air, my friend.
Caw, caw.
Ah.
Okay, now we can go. Those are just a few examples, but yeah, there are a lot of really cool emotes that do nothing but just make people laugh while you're waiting for screens to load.
Awaken the More Mind is almost me at work too.
Mhm.
Except that there's usually like crazy, ridiculous, stupid pieces of equipment attached to all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's a cutscene. Woo!
Careful.
Things are happening.
You made it.
I like Soraya. What kind of name is Soraya?
I don't know.
All right.
It's
Because I've heard it outside of this game.
Now, if I read
I'm
the
not sure.
manual
It
right,
reminds me of Sriracha, and that's the closest that I can
Ooh.
think of.
beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians, the city is lost.
Turning off my
If
party
there is any
overlay
light
because
left in the
I
system,
don't
we rally on
need
to
it with one dude in here that I know.
Guardians.
I had it on last night. I was doing the raid with some clan guys that I hadn't played with yet.
You are not going to Titan.
Nice. Reminds me of
We've got
psoriasis.
refugees
Psoriasis.
Brilliant.
But we have our
Uh,
powers back.
Yeah.
And if we're going to retake the
Your
city,
city is gone.
It sounds like one of those names that like, you know, someone shows up in like the 4th grade and they're like, "I'm Soraya now." They're like, "Janet, we've been over
You're not
this."
worth telling me.
And I'm Lord Zarkon, alright?
Yeah. What was I forget it was the Arby's or the Wendy's quote where it was like when IHOP did the IHOP
Yes.
thing, and some other chain tweeted like, "Remember when you were a kid and you thought it'd be cool to change your name to like Wolf McBearsword?"
That sounds like a Denny's quote.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was one of the.
Because Denny's does all the weird,
Okay, so
surreal stuff.
it would
save us both a lot of time if you
So since you didn't play the first game, I'll just tell you that this guy is the speaker. He speaks for the Traveler, which is the large orb that the Cabal have taken. He is voiced by Bill Nighy, one of the best British actors that we have right now.
Nice. As long as he's not, oh god, Nolan North or Steve Bloom, I think we're alright.
Well, you know, you've been listening to Nolan North for over an hour now.
The light
I know.
So he's in there. Not a game without him.
Used to be Peter Dinklage at one
You know who
point.
I haven't heard in a while? Yeah, Peter Dinklage for a good part of the first game. You know who we haven't heard, or I haven't heard in a while, is what's his face from Everything Else, the other guy. Did you just say his
Steve
name?
Bloom?
No, the other one. The BioShock and what's his name? Troy Baker.
That's it. Yes.
Yep. So he's the. I think I haven't heard him in a while because he was in Shadow of War, and I didn't play that, and probably some other stuff that I just haven't played.
Oh, also,
I don't know how good stream content this cutscene is, but I can stop talking during it if you just want to watch it.
Nah, I think I'm good. Also, it looks like Cisco has confirmed that remember when you were like 7 and thought changing your name
Wendy's
Thunder Bear Sword would be cool. Yes, I do, because Thunder Bear Sword is amazing.
That was close. What did I say? What did I say? Thunder McWolf Bear?
Yes. I like McWolf Bear better. I just had
McWolf Bear.
I just
yeah,
had
that's...
to. My little brother is 10, and just came up to me because he has a Switch and went, make me have Fortnite." So I had to set up an account for him, and he is DJ Mewtwo. For
Ooh, I think that's some sort of Pokemon reference.
Yes. You haven't played those yet, have you?
I have played a grand total of like an hour of
That
Pokemon,
is a cooler
and it was
ship.
one game. I think it was black.
Oh, you picked a.
Was that on the
You
DS?
picked a poor
the 3DS?
a poor Pokemon game to play.
I have a tradition where I buy a different mobile game before going to PAX East every year, and I was like, a few years ago, I was like, you know what, I never played a Pokemon game, what's new? And like that was like the new one, and I got it, and I played it, and like I don't know if I needed a primer or if I just didn't care, but like I played it the whole weekend, like off and on, and I was like, I just don't know if it's for me.
We're going to Titan.
I don't know what the Silverhawks are, Vic. You mean like on the cover?
No, Silverhawks is it's an old cartoon in the like Thundercats era.
Oh yeah, no, that reference was lost on me.
Mission of Hope on Titan. There's Titan.
Ooh, we're going to Titan. Yeah, let's go to Titan.
So we're supposed to get mechs on Titan, right? And then have to jump off of buildings with those weird jetpacks.
I mean, you would imagine that would be what we're doing, and you will be disappointed.
Ah!
So this is Titan, the moon of that planet in our solar system.
So Titan AE.
And yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's been a long time since I even thought about that. Oh, by the way, do you like my ship?
Yes, it's entirely cooler than the last one, and still way cooler than mine.
Yep. So yeah, that's I think that's an exotic ship from Tess Everest, if I remember correctly.
Mine looks like something that you would make out of a paper airplane.
Yes, we could help them survive. But
yeah, mine's got like Wright brothers accents and everything, and it yours kind of has the shape of like the stealth bomber type body style. So in a nutshell, now we're on Titan, moon of Saturn. And the planet is covered in liquid, which scientists out there, you can tell me if that's actually accurate or not.
Probably not.
And Zavala, who is the leader of the Vanguard, he has set up a base here for some reason.
I mean,
we received your beacon and we're ready to
I guess maybe he just doesn't like people.
This is Zavala.
Yeah, I mean, so the Vanguard, which is Zavala, Kate 6, and what's her name?
I was wrong to bring this.
Warlock Vanguard. I can't think of her name. Man, some Destiny fan I am. Zavala, Kate 6, and the one that I can't think of her name, they were scattered during the first mission. So basically, this is kind of like the Mass Effect 2 portion of the game, where you're kind of like getting the gang together to go after like the big bad evil.
Aw, I miss Mass Effect 2. I miss when Mass Effect was good.
Man, I mean, I just miss when it was relevant.
Commander, we're here to help.
Mentioning Mass Effect 2 now, it's
We've
like,
already
ugh.
lost too many lightless guardians to the
And it
hive.
sucks because
We can't
like
secure this
there are
room.
still really good
We
games.
have our light
Yeah,
back.
1, 2, and 3 are really fun.
What?
And Andromeda,
I fight with
Commander, if I
people
may.
about how good
Guardian,
3
this
is,
is
and people are like,
Deputy
oh
Commander
no,
We have a
like the whole
counteroffensive
entitlement thing.
plan.
Like, dude,
To do that,
I don't
we
care
need
if
to
you
get
like the
this
ending or
station
not.
up
That
and running.
entire game
There's
was
a fleet to
freaking
prep
great.
Yeah, no,
Guardians to
3 was
arm and a
fantastic.
trove of intercepted Red Legion transmissions to decrypt.
that
It's
ending
critical
was a
we gain
little
access to
on
the
the,
station's
like,
control
you know, this
center.
could have been better.
That's where you come
But
in.
that game was
If the light
fantastic.
Oh
is with you,
no, that
send the
jump was
hive back
not
to hell.
accurate.
Uh-oh, what?
And Guardian.
That's okay. I just jumped off a thing.
Careful.
Okay, now I will follow the waypoint and we'll see if we can. Oh, you know what
What?
it is? So the different classes all have different jumps. So you're a Titan, so you have kind of like what's like a normal jump, and then your boost, which is called lift. It just lifts you up, right? Like everything's good and it's fine. So I want to show you something. So look at me
Yeah.
here. Oops, I'm just gonna get up on this ledge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off this ledge, and then as I am floating down, I'm gonna hit A again and watch what happens.
Oh, you get like just like a hover.
So yeah, so what the Warlock jump is, it's called not lift, it's called God, I'm just the worst. It is glide, that's what it's called. So the thing is, if you press A immediately after jumping, you do get a boost, and you can get this like weird Warlocky looking glide, and you can cover a lot of distance with it. But let's say you like miss your jump,
this place?
and you just want to like, oh, like let me fix that, like a Titan or a Hunter can, right? You still die, you just die slower, because you just fall slowly to your death.
I was gonna say this.
So yeah, after playing mostly as a Titan, it's gonna take some real getting used to remember that I'm using a Warlock jump.
We're getting made fun of again for our jumping. Oh, hey, these are new.
That's triple Salcow. I actually did not know that was how you spelled Salcow.
I don't know if that is, but he would know better than I would.
You're a wizard, Harry. Cisco bringing the Potter humor. I guess I'm Harry for the rest of this stream.
You're a lizard, Larry. Somebody did. I was at a convention and somebody did that as a print, and it's Leisure Suit Larry, in like the lounge lizard attire.
Now, I used my grenade because there were just a million bros. Don't even tell me you still have your grenade holstered.
Yep. I'm used to them actually costing something, or like being like, oh man, I have to grenade things.
Okay, Sloan.
That's a good point. So your ammo is consumable, so you have to pick it up from downed enemies, but your abilities are all on cooldowns, so you will get them back. So absolutely don't be afraid to use abilities, and remember that your melee ability usually has like a perk to it depending on what your class is.
I don't think mine does
Or
yet.
subclass rather. Oh yeah, unlocked. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I think I forget what mine is right now. I actually gotta look. Because I'm a lizard. And let me check what my Stormcaller perk is. Pulse grenade.
Now, what are these ugly things that we're shooting?
We are shooting. So this is an enemy. I guess you could race, or they're called the Hive.
Oh, okay.
Now the Hive originated from
The Flood in Halo.
They didn't originate from the moon, but that is when That is where the joke came from, where Peter Dinklage's awful delivery of this line was never allowed to die. In the first game, one of the first missions, you have to fight this enemy called a wizard, which we'll probably see in this mission actually. And at the end of the mission, Dinklage just awfully delivers this line. He was like, "That wizard came from the moon," and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that was awful." And then, so basically, in a nutshell, without getting too much into lore, the Hive are, they came to Earth, and we couldn't fight them off, and we figured, okay, let's just let them take the moon, and then we'll just leave them there, and they'll be fine. And spoiler alert, that didn't work. Yeah, they took over the moon, but they also replicated and breeded and
evolved.
So yeah, so they are kind of like the Starship Troopers type enemy of the game.
That's what happens when you let Gravemind do his work.
Yeah, Cisco knew it. Cisco knew the wizard came from the moon. And if you ever see anywhere available that Peter Dinklage face on a t-shirt that said "that wizard came from the moon," I'm still looking for that t-shirt.
I will find that shirt now.
It looked like the Hive were performing some kind of ritual.
I bet Bruce Willis could
Oh, and
have
also
taken this.
He knows all there is to know about Hive.
You hear many references to the Hive and magic and spells, so they do have kind of like an arcane, twist to their lore.
Oh, what are you?
Should we have sent in Bruce Willis because we needed someone who can drill? Huh? Huh? Huh?
I like it. Now, how do I use my other ability? Because it looks like I've got that up. I don't have my grenade.
Yes. Oh, good point. So I'm gonna come back to you. So here, come back with me.
Okay.
We'll. Yeah, come back with me. They shouldn't attack you. Open your menu.
Okay.
So press start. Hover over your subclass thing, which is Captain America. Press Y.
Okay.
And then do you see on the left side one of those two things is selected? Which one is it?
To hold B. It's Towering Barricade. Oh, and I also have two
Towering
upgrade
Barricade.
points. So I've got.
There you go. Yeah, spend those. They're worth nothing. That's the only store you can spend them in. So the Towering Barricade you will see as soon as you launch it is exactly that. It's like a 6 or 8 foot barricade that protects us. It's double-edged though. Enemies can't shoot through it, but we also can't shoot through it.
Oh.
So it basically just creates an area of cover where there isn't one.
Oh, that's kind of rad.
Yeah. And that's on a cooldown. Now the other version of that is Rallying Barricade, which is much smaller. But what's cool about that is you can crouch behind it and shoot, and whenever you crouch behind it, your weapon automatically reloads. So you can just fire your weapon empty, then hit B twice, and then just stand up and continue firing. So it's a really good way to clear enemies out, especially when you have multiple people behind it. In raids, it's one of the two strategies for big boss damage because nobody has to reload. But just recently, the Warlock exotic boots, the Lunafaction boots, they were given a huge buff, making them one of the best exotics in the game. I died. In which Warlocks put down something called a Rift. Here, I'll put one down right here. That is an empowering rift. Anyone standing in this rift does more damage when they're standing in the rift. The other version of the rift is a healing rift where anyone standing in it regenerates health. So wizards or the warlocks kind of have those little abilities. The Lunafaction boots make it so that anyone standing in the rift, their weapons automatically reload.
Oh,
so
geez.
with one warlock proccing this effect, everybody can just fire unlimited rockets or unlimited whatever they want. So it instantly became one of the absolute must-have raid exotics in the game.
I was gonna say that sounds.
All right, now this is the aliens portion of the tour. or wait, Lost Planet?
Yes, Lost Planet.
Adam, are you? I missed exactly when that comment dropped.
Yeah, I did too.
Was Empowering Rift your nickname in high school?
Or Lost Planet.
Or Lunafaction Boots? Yeah, Lunafaction Boots was Adam's nickname in high school.
Or Bruce Willis.
Adam's coming. Luna!
Get shot in the face. A towering barricade, but any of those. I like it. Towering barricade would actually be a really
we
cool.
have not- Yep. Now look at the objective right now. We have not shot enough sacks to continue. I'm just telling you what the game says.
Well done. Sweep the perimeter.
We haven't
and
shot
we'll move
enough
in on your
sacks
signal.
is the name of the Cure cover band. I don't even get it.
I'm trying to think. I'll have to.
Towering barricade. Here comes towering barricade.
And now,
That's a good one.
offensive lineman number 52, the towering barricade.
And his brother, Rally Barricade. So because they're on the same team, they have to have like R Barricade and T Barricade on the back
Luna
of their
Boots.
jerseys. I bet they were Chef's fans too. Such a really good name for an offensive lineman. How could you not draft Towering Barricade?
I mean, you'd have to be dumb not to.
Do you want to get Towering Barricade? No, I'd rather get just undersized, injury-prone. He seems like a really good guy.
Oh, there we go. That gun is way better. I like took the moment to go, oh, let me see what I can do. And it turns out I got better stuff real quick.
Yes, that will be the theme of this entire playthrough. And that thing that you just got that you love, you're going to replace it in 8 minutes.
Weird.
But honestly, that was a really cool part of the campaign, because in the first campaign, like, it actually took a while to kind of, you know, push your level up. But this game, the campaign really allowed you to get to a very high power level very
I
quickly.
was going to say I'm 50-something.
Which is the whole point, because like when you get to the end game, you just want to be able to do stuff. You don't want to like just continue to grind. I really don't like this pulse rifle that I'm using.
I'm actually really liking the pulse rifle.
Oh yeah, the weapon type as a whole is great. I just don't like this particular one that I've got.
I'll be honest.
All right, so
I've
here's what
played
I'm
a
gonna
lot
do.
of Halo, and I
Oh, go ahead.
feel the Halo.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the gunplay is spot on, but it does have that familiar feel to it. All right, so I am going to wait until I see the Major, and then I'm going to drop my Palpatine. Ooh, it sounds like you're shooting a sidearm over there.
I think.
All right, there he is. Here comes Palpatine.
Oh, hey, and you got orbs of light.
There you go. So there should be a bunch of orbs of light that drops, so you can use your super. Oh, actually, I killed all the guys. Sorry.
Yep, it's okay. I was gonna say
Copy that.
I was gonna say,
Wasn't a
so
slouch.
whenever you see someone popping a super, don't pop your super. Like wait till they're done, then you can pop yours, and then there'll be a whole bunch of orbs, and then you can probably both pop them again. So, popping supers.
Yeah, let me see what this is that I'm shooting now. This is. I've got a
We're approaching the landing
rectal
platform. Get up
17
here and take a bow.
sidearm.
Oh, have I shown you how to look at all the stuff that I have in case you're
No,
curious?
actually.
So put your crosshairs on
Yep.
me, click in your right thumbstick, and then press the hamburger button, and then you can choose inspect player, and then you can see my inventory
Oh,
screen
hey.
as if you were me.
So you've got a dire promise, an Agenda 5, a retro futurist. Lovely. That's actually kind of rad.
Which is a very average Yeah, it's a very average shotgun. Now, that's not the only way to do it. You can also like press start and like just like inspect your fire team, and you can inspect like everybody's loadout. So it's kind of cool, especially when you're raiding with people. At the end of a raid, when like everyone's dead, you know, it says, okay, you know, you guys didn't do it on that attempt, but you know, here's everyone's stats. It'll show like boss damage and like, you know, how many people had ad kills. So you can look at one dude and be like, dude, this guy's blowing everybody away, and you can like look at his loadout and see, oh, I should try that.
I feel like the real response is, dude, why aren't you picking up the pace?
Yeah.
It's like, alright, so we need to not raid with this guy anymore.
Yeah, hey, who invited WildBil?
I didn't dare
Or
believe.
DJ Mewtwo.
If the light can find its way back to you,
I wouldn't raid with my 10-year-old
then perhaps
brother.
there is hope for us all.
Now, are you
Our
familiar
numbers
with the
will
work of
continue
Lance
to dwindle.
Reddick?
That
We can
name
no longer
sorta
protect
sounds familiar.
ourselves, much less the survivors.
So he's the dude who's talking right now, this bald dude, Zavala,
right.
who's the leader of the Vanguard.
Are we even
What I
guardians
recognize him from the most is he was Captain Cedric Daniels on The Wire. If you ever watched that HBO show.
I have seen it.
He's been in a lot of
It won't
stuff,
last
but
long with
just
dead
give
generals.
Cedric Daniels a Google. And
Wave energy
the most recent thing I
converters
saw him
power
in
the
was
station.
The Guest,
But thanks
which
to the
was on
They're in
Netflix.
need
It's a
of
Dan Stevens movie.
attention.
Fantastic. It's kind of got like a Stranger Things vibe to it.
Yes.
Well, here, tell you
I
what.
believe you can.
Let me go ahead and we'll play a quick game that my friend's podcast uses, called Known For. So I just loaded him up on IMDb. Hopefully. Cedric Daniels? No, what?
Yep, Cedric Daniels.
Why are you not...
No, sorry. Cedric Daniels was the character's name. The actor's name is Lance Reddick.
There we go, okay. So it's, IMDb, when you load it up on mobile, has 4 things that actor is known for. How many of those things do you think you can name? And it's based on really nothing, is how we've kind of figured it out.
Okay. I will guarantee you The Wire is one of them, so I know one. Known for, man. I mean, I would say 2. He's been in so many things, but I think 2. I know 2 that would show up there for
Alright,
sure.
what do you think they are?
I think it's The Wire.
Okay.
And the other semi-recent movie that has had a sequel, so I don't know if it's going to be the first one or the sequel. He was in the John Wick movies.
Frederick Daniels is known for John Wick 1, John Wick 2, White House Down,
Oh, I could pick both.
and Jonah Hex.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The Wire is not on. Oh, because it's just rando
It's-
bullcrap known for.
It's what winds up happening. It's based on what people Google or IMDb and then click on him.
Crazy.
Is how it's
Crazy.
as far
Yeah, I
as
mean,
we
'cause
can
it, like-
tell.
Right. Because yeah, he is absolutely like known for the Wire, and he actually was in Lost, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
And I don't believe he actually says anything in it. I think he's kind of like a vision or like a dream or an apparition or something, but I think he's just known as the Haitian. I don't think he actually speaks in it, which is weird because he's like primarily a voice actor.
Yeah. Boop. So we've got we can't access the Red War while we're in an activity. The next one? Oh, we're still doing stuff.
Are we? So I didn't realize this was like still part of that same.
Apparently.
Did we lead the Fallen here?
No, those vultures.
All
have
right,
been
our
following
Shriekers
us
at
since
higher
we
levels are
evacuated
actually
Earth.
pretty boss. So, grenade, 5 together. Aha! I'm the best.
I am the greatest. But yeah, no, our friends have essentially made a
So I don't know if you could tell
podcast.
just now we were fighting Fallen and Hive. So it looks like they're getting into a little scuffle that we're kind of the third party to. So, enemy of my enemy, right?
Sloan, Amanda, the Hive have infected everything.
Now this stuff, yeah,
Holiday,
this
we
all this
gotta get
garbage
you
that you
back in
see
the air.
like
We'll need
everywhere.
ongoing
That's what the
aerial
Hive
threat
do.
assessments to keep
They
our
infect a
perimeter
place
secure.
and like they just have this like
Oh,
gross
yeah.
bug growth stuff
You know
everywhere.
Ew, so it's
Took
like
the
that
beating
weird
during the
stuff from
I'll bump
Doom
to the
3.
front of the line for repairs once the lights are back on. Great. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just speaking over it, but Amanda Holiday, the shipwright, it's hard to tell because she does not use the same voice, but she is the voice of Cortana.
Hey!
So, but it absolutely does not sound like Cortana because she just uses a different voice, but just, you know, fun thing to point out.
Nice.
Now those are Exploder Shanks. Exploder Shank, back up, and then kill it.
I was in the longest
as the name
reload.
implies, yep, as the name implies, so just and again at like lower, you know, campaign levels, it doesn't matter all that much. But just get in the habit of not being anywhere near them when you kill them, because at higher
can see
levels
the
they
wave
will just
energy
one-shot
converters
kill
from
you with
here.
their explosion.
Sweet. Now just flip the switch and turn them on.
Woo, flip a switch.
Right. Here, I got it.
Accessing system.
I'm not actually
I
doing
know.
it.
Some of the pistons are moving, but we're still sitting in
Hey, are
the
you
dark.
seeing this guy with his head stuck in the wall, or is this just me?
Something went wrong. Pistons must be jammed.
I think it's just
Sorry,
you.
pal. But you're gonna have to go out there.
I've got
Yeah,
it.
his head
Bring a
was
workaround.
definitely through the wall, and he was like twitching. It's pretty good.
Ah, ragdolls.
I totally forgot about these mines.
Oh,
So they don't hurt you, but if you get caught in that field, they just slow you down. So here, come over here, and I'll see if there's any more. I'll teach
I was
you how
gonna
to
say,
disarm.
so they're
them.
old people.
There
mines.
are here. Yeah, come here. Exactly. They give you a walker. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna let you do this all by yourself. No, stay back, stay back. So you see that red thing in
Yep.
the ground? It's like a bouncing Betty. So just walk up to it slowly. It's gonna pop up to like eyeball height, and you have to shoot it before it explodes. So there you go. You didn't get it!
I apparently didn't.
It's okay though, because see, you can walk in and just, so here, watch. I'll give you a quick demo of the next one.
Let's see.
It actually lasts for a while. This effect lasts for like a good little while. So here you go. So here's this one. Bam.
Oh, apparently my gun just didn't
So-
hit it. That little sidearm just does nothing.
And honestly, that's yeah, no side. So sidearms are not known for accuracy, while hand cannons are. So you know what a sidearm is really good for? Oh, exploder. Sidearms are really good for Crucible, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll get in a primary fight with somebody, and then both of you will end up with like empty mags. And while the other bro is reloading his primary, you just switch to a sidearm, and they're not terribly accurate. But you don't need to be accurate, you just need to unload bullets into a guy who's standing right in front
Do
of you.
you need that?
So a sidearm is a really good weapon in Crucible just to switch to and finish someone off.
When you need that extra 2 damage to kill somebody.
Exactly. I don't need 20 damage, just give me like 4. 4 damage very quickly. That's what it does. And what I like about these mines is that like, because in you know, like Skyrim or something, you step on a mine and it's like, oh, that thing hurt you, and it's like crap. Even if you like didn't realize that you triggered a mine, you have like a 3-second window where it's like, okay, crap, let me kill this thing. So it just puts like a little like a QTE event like right in the game for you.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for Palpatine?
Let's see what we got. Dun, dun, dun,
All right, and then you
dun,
can grab
dun.
the orbs.
Try and clear the air. Oddly enough, I don't think we need anything else.
I killed so many guys. Oh, exploder. So the cursed thralls. There you go. Yeah, so cursed thralls explode.
Seems like a lot of
Those
stuff
are
explodes.
really good guys. A handful. Yeah, there's like a different class for each race that explodes. So those are... And that sound you just heard is something that came from the moon.
Oh no. Wizard!
It's a wizard. Oh no, exploding thrall! Hey, what do you call it when a whole bunch of thrall are coming at you in a narrow path?
Bowling?
The thrall way.
Oh.
Good super. 2 bridge supers. Grenade.
It's almost like we're going to Terabithia or something.
Yeah, right. I understood that reference.
And that's a Captain America reference.
Speaking of Captain America.
Okay.
Yep.
To the stalled piston.
Womp womp
See
womp
what's
womp.
jamming 'em.
Oh no,
Once
Warlock
they're
jump,
all
Warlock
moving,
jump.
we're in
Oh, I
business.
survived. Honestly, almost did not.
Jeez!
Slow death.
This Titan jump is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's legit.
Oh yeah, found the problem. A hive of gunked up
Right.
pistons.
We just gotta degunk some
Let's find a
pistons
fix.
and then kill
First piston's
some
good to go.
wizards, I
Gave it a
believe.
power
Degunk the
That's
pistons.
great and all, but it's still pretty dark on this
As
end.
weird as that sounds
Sounds
like
like you
something
got
that I
more
would have
scrubbing
to
to
do
do,
at
Guardian.
work.
Yeah. Hey, I have bad news.
What?
It's about the pistons.
They're gunked.
They're all gunked.
Well, I work in, I'm a chemist, but I work on, like, heavy machinery and stuff, too. In addition to doing basic stuff.
Oh, really?
So, like, I make rigid foam and adhesives and stuff like that. And so, all of that stuff is just
really?
sticky and gross.
Right. So we say like rigid foam, like insulation.
Yes, as a matter of fact, like spray foam, and the what's it called? The stuff that goes like the wall panels and things like that are all things that my material's a component of all of that, and it's also for sealants and coatings and paints and elastomers and so like certain plastics like the.
Interesting.
Think of it this way. You know those big orange non-spark hammers?
Final
Mhm.
piston's clear.
That is made of the same
Control
core
center's still
components
dark, so it's gotta
as
be
the
more
stuff
than a
that you
piston
put in
pump.
your
I have
walls
get
to
in,
insulate your
fucks with the
house.
circuit breakers. Right at the central
Interesting.
platform.
So
Everything runs
our
through there.
house, when it was made, it was very poorly insulated on the exterior, and we've given some thought to, you know, like drilling a hole, like, you know, towards the top of the wall, and then like filling it with like the blow-in like, insulation type stuff, and then our attic also, since we have an air handler up there, we want to like insulate like the actual like roof itself. And we've seen, you know, that this is like that you gotta like have a company come in and they get this whole like machine in the truck that like sprays, you know, like the foam into the ceiling like channels, and then they kind of like slice it down with like a big bread cutter, so it's like all kind of flat afterwards. So that's all the stuff that you guys do.
I make so we sell to the people who make the formulas that foam is made out of. That foam is made out of it's a 2-part system, and then
Circuit
one of
breaker's
those
going to be around there
parts
somewhere.
is
Find it and flip the switch.
made out of
Just like I
different
said.
catalysts and like blowing agents and all the not really bad stuff, and I make one of the components in that, and then the other one
Power's
is
back.
Interesting.
Exemplary work,
isocyanates,
everyone. But we still have to
which
deal
are
with
as
these intercepted
terrifying
enemy
as they sound.
transmissions.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, my company, not to get too far off video games, but it's like we are a special metals company. So we work with this alloy called nitinol, which is nickel titanium. It's got very high compatibility with the human body. So there's a lot of medical devices, bone staples, stents, guide wires, you know, all sorts of stuff. But then there's also like aerospace applications, like Tynol lock for you know, like for any seal that needs to change shape at different like elevations. So we make metal that changes shape depending on the temperature.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's like people are like, oh, like what do you guys make? I'm like, well, we make components in a lot of things because, you know, we're just contracted for, you know, whatever someone needs made out of nitinol.
Yeah,
So
like same thing. Like we a lot of the medical plastics are made out of thermoplastic urethanes, and so we have to make specific materials that go into those. World's a fascinating place.
Also, yeah, no, it definitely is. And also, did you throw a grenade in that whole mission?
I think so. Yes. I threw a couple.
As long as we're somewhere in the grenade realm, then we're
All right,
okay.
so
I'm gonna see if I have if my warlock is at a level high enough now where we can actually, where I can give him some of my like powerful stuff. So I know he can't use that, and that's one feature I wish Destiny Item Manager had is it doesn't like because I can click on a button, I can say maximize my power, but it'll error out because it's like, oh, he actually is not allowed to use X, Y, and Z because he's not high enough level. Like I wish it was smart enough to know that.
Oh, there's a whole set
But
of
whatever,
trees over here
I'll-
that I missed for things that I can upgrade. I think.
Oh really?
Or because there's the ones over to the
Nice.
left. And then there's like 2 kind of over to the right, I guess. I have an upgrade point and I can't spend it anywhere.
It's yeah, I guess it's possible that. Yeah, I thought if you had up, I mean, unless there's a thing that requires more upgrade points than what you have.
My level's
my
too
orders.
low, apparently,
Let's get this done.
for everything to upgrade.
Queue up a search. Wei Ming.
That could be
Say
another
the
thing. Yeah,
price
there is a
and
minimum
stop
level
giving me
for
that
each
look.
like piece on the tree.
I know I can't see your face.
Let's see. I want my Void Wall Grenade back. And then let's... So this is the Sloan Field Commander. Let me check out my items and see if I've got... Hey! You're better. Let's start getting rid of
Next
junk.
time we set up
All
a
right,
secret base on a dry planet.
so real quick, you can hang here for a minute. I'm gonna go right next door and see if I can pop in this public event real quick that's going on.
Oh, here, I'll come with.
And if there's time, and if there's time, meet me there. It looks like they are. I just gotta get a shot in. Yes. Okay. It's still early on, so you can definitely join.
Okay. I'm coming. I think I'm going the right way.
Oh, Warlock
I made
jump!
it.
No.
So an Arsenal
Not
Walker?
only did I Warlock jump die, I Warlock jump died with one of the like arc pieces that you need to like
Uh-oh.
destroy his leg. This is not going to be good. Now, don't kill this walker. The secret objective is to unlock all of the cannons, and then a second walker drops, and then you got to kill both walkers for the heroic. So, hopefully, all the bros here know that.
So just kill all of the ads then.
Yes, just work on ads right now. Correct.
I'll let people do things that actually matter.
Exactly, yeah. So right now we're just trying to open up all these weapon caches, and which will make this a heroic. Yeah, and the last one's getting opened right now, so we're gonna be good.
He's oh,
Heroic
I
event,
died.
perfect. No, you're fine, because we're going to kill this thing. Gotcha, bruh.
Woo! I'm up!
So shoot that exposed orange thing.
Yeah!
Yay!
Exposed orange thing
First
down.
one down, now one more. So you shoot the legs. The legs are the weak spot, and once a leg breaks, it'll expose that orange, thing right behind, like his neck, pretty much. So just shoot that orange thing.
Get grenaded.
And you see we got a hunter, a pole dancer in there, doing his thing.
I like how this just sort of randomly shows up. No! I'm dead again.
Yeah.
It's
Yay!
okay, we completed it.
Second heroic public event.
There we go, I did a thing. And got some new boots.
Did the thing.
Alright, let's maybe get out of here and go mess with items real quick. Then we can do something else. Let's see. Garbage items. Down the garbage chute. Boop. Gone. Gone. Let's see. And I assume most of this, like, mobility resistance recovery doesn't matter quite yet, because I'm still trying to just make the numbers go bigger.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually, recovery is probably the best stat. Mobility is probably the least important. But yeah, recovery is the amount of time it takes after you take damage for you to start regenerating health. And at max recovery, you like can fully recover health after becoming critical, like very, very quickly. So it's even better than taking less damage, because it's not so much being able to take less damage, it's, you know, getting your health back very quickly. So recovery is probably still the strongest.
Alright, let's attempt to find my way back up.
There actually happened to be another... Yeah, there happened to be another public event dropping real quick, so I was like, these give a lot of experience, so
where are they at?
These level up even quicker.
Where's that one at?
Yeah, you should see it on your map. If not, just open up the map, and they are marked on there.
Untracking that. Uh-oh. Getting shot by stuff. You go inside and try and find it on...
Let me get back to
map.
The... What do you call it? Okay, I opened the chat back up. Wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything, and nothing on there.
Nope. It's been actually kind of quiet. Although, sizable viewer count.
Yeah, a little bit. Everyone's so enthralled. Get it? Another thrall joke. Destiny
Womp,
2
womp,
humor.
womp. Alright, so you're, I assume, it's...
My son says that now. I do not know where he gets it, but like something will happen. Like my son will be talking and he'll be like, "Daddy, can we go downstairs and play with Legos?" And I'm like, "No, like we gotta go to bed soon." And he goes, "Womp womp." I'm like, "You're 4. What are you doing?"
Man, I miss me some Price is Right.
Alright, so you see, once we get a second leg... There we go. So you see these little things he's dropping?
I'm not anywhere near you.
So you run
I'm
over.
trying.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were in this area.
I'm running as quickly as I can. I'm hoping that I make it there in just enough time.
I believe we have just activated...
There it is. Okay.
Yep, we have activated the heroic.
I will roll up in just enough time to get experience points.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Get one shot in on anything, and
Yep,
you're in.
we are in. Hey, stop it! It's not nice. Oh, cool! Heroic event complete.
We felt those explosions
There you
from
go.
here, but we're still standing, and the fallen are not. High commendations.
Woo.
Yeah, these give a lot of experience. These give like 2,000 experience or something like that.
People
too.
found legendary engrams.
All right, cool. So now you. Ooh, you know what we haven't done in a while? So, what's the next Red War thing? Does it have us going back to the farm or no?
Our next Red War thing is... Let me see what we've got. It's Speak with Sloan on Titan. For...
Okay, yeah, she's right over here. We can actually fast travel straight to her. So if you want to open up, just like save yourself a little walk and we'll just fast travel straight over to Sloan, which is, she's at Siren's Watch.
Nice. There we go. Where you at? Sloan.
Can you think of any Sloans besides the one from Ferris Bueller? Because I can't.
Sorry, you typed a thing and I forgot that you hadn't typed anything yet.
Report.
I have... Sorry, so to explain...
It's a hell of a view,
I've got a
We're up and running thanks to you.
a program running.
Nightbot?
Yes, or something similar. Master Control Program is what it's called for me.
I have a plan, but it won't work
see.
without you.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say, hey, it's Master Control Program joining
Nope,
the stream.
that's and I have an event set for when you join and talk.
That's a bot.
Yep. But no, I have it set up. There's a bunch of sound effects, and currently I can't get the program to list the sound effects right now. For whatever reason, that command is broken, but all of the sounds still work. And they come through.
So it looks like, cause I saw the stream screen for a second. It looks like you got your first exotic.
Yes, it did. And I.
So that is the Doomfang Pauldron.
Yep.
Which is, if I'll go ahead and inspect it, it is specific to the Void class, to the one that you're using right now. So when you look at it, go ahead and hit Y to inspect it.
So there's armor mods.
Yep. So that top left ability there, that one in yellow, that's the ability that like makes it exotic. So when you look at this thing, shield bash melee kills recharge shield throw. So basically, when you're in your super, you press right trigger to like just bash enemies, or sorry, right bumper, and I think left trigger like throws the shield. But that like takes it takes energy away from your super. So with this on, you bash people, and that gives you more energy back for shield throw. So you can like bash throw, bash throw, bash throw, and this makes your super like more effective and longer. This is a really good one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they try to do more with exotics in this game that like have synergy, so that they actually like make you think about which one should I use for which thing. So
public
it's
event
cool.
incoming.
Hey, I'm not above an easy A.
I will take some experience.
And that's the other thing. So Titan is, I mean, this does happen other places, but Titan is one of the most compact destinations. So whenever you need to grind public events, Titan is where you come, because there's like 3 or 4 within like a minute of each other. And I'm actually like just a hair from leveling up, so I'm probably gonna level up before the thing's even over. I'll be 23.
Ding.
Actually, maybe even before it starts. And then we'll see how far it gets me towards the next level once it's over. Yeah, Warlock's got a good melee.
So we've got,
There's my level up.
yeah, we've got Utopia is the next mission to do after this one.
I don't remember that one by name, so I'll have to see what it actually wants us to do. But you know what we should do is, since you got a whole bunch of engrams, we should actually go back to the farm and have you decode those, so you can get some more stuff before we do the other thing. So what an engram is, it's a physically encrypted item. So it's essentially like a gun or a piece of armor, but you can't use it until you bring it to the cryptarch and they decrypt it for you, which doesn't cost anything. It's basically just a way for them to give you a thing, but not allow you to use it during the activity that you're in.
That's kind of neat. I mean, it seems weird that it's like, hey, let me just give you this thing and make you take it back, like identifying it like you would in like a Warcraft, but not charging you for it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Yeah. There's no cost to do it. So, I've thought about like why wouldn't they just have a gun drop? And I can come up with some guesses, but yeah, I don't know if they've ever really addressed it.
Huh. It seems weird.
And it might just it might just be so they don't have to run all the calculation of like all the different loot drops like during gameplay.
True.
So they'll, okay, you have this item, and now you just go to one place, and like whatever the chances of a certain item dropping, like that can all calculate in this like predetermined space. Like I just don't know. Maybe they've gone over it, and I just don't know what they said.
All active duty personnel, catch incoming. Heat signal suggests they're offloading ordnance.
Same thing.
Break it up.
All right, so now that you're with us in the beginning, so yeah, so this is a weapons exchange. So first we have to kill these ads.
Okay.
So basically we crash the arms deal, and now they're bringing in a walker to try and get rid of us. Now the idea in this event, now to kill an Arsenal Walker, you have to shoot its legs. That's the weak spot. So typically everyone tries to shoot the same leg, and once we break a leg, no pun intended, you will drop these arc charges. Go ahead and go pick one up. Hold X to pick it up.
Got it.
Now bring it over here. See this this big blue thing? Now hold X to deposit it.
Boop. There we go.
There you go. So now, a guy on the other side, he deposited the other one, so now these cannons are available. Now what everyone used to do, everyone used to like grab the cannons and kill the one walker, and it's like, no, 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 hold on, bro. So we're gonna do the same thing, kill another leg. One that doesn't have armor on it. There we go. Grab another one. Take it to any remaining thing.
Just keep running.
And once all of them are deposited, yeah, there's one left over here.
And boop, we're in.
There you go. Now, if you want to pick up one of these cannons, hold X.
Yeah.
Now the way you work these is you press the right trigger to shoot it, but you hold the right trigger, and then you release to detonate. And the longer you hold it, the more damage it does. And you can kind of hear like a sound, like when they would test your hearing when you were a kid. And when you can't hear the sound anymore, that means it's like at its maximum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It kind of has like a learning curve to it, but like once you get it, you're like, oh, now I see how long I should be holding this thing. So it's kind of a fun weapon to use.
And pick Bill up.
All right, one down.
I think it's pretty neat. Nope. Stop it. Up, I'm down. The guy who was healing me got killed. We're both down. This is so dumb.
Here, watch this. This is.
Womp womp.
That's a good one. Always a classic.
Alright, so you said field trip?
Yeah, let's go to the farm. So go ahead and hit menu and hamburger, and we'll just go to the farm and you can decrypt some of your engrams.
Destination, go into the farm. Gonna wish them away into the cornfield.
There is a pun that I want to use so badly. Not a pun, more like just like a little, you know, silly little joke that I want to use so badly, but I can't until the campaign's over because it's a spoiler. So I'll just hang on to it.
Sounds good. Long as nobody buys the farm.
Oh, I forgot to. Ha! I get it. I forgot to equip a different ship so you can see like yet another one of my ships. So when we leave the farm, you'll see another one of my ships.
We'll rub it in even more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like the intonal.
Yeah, and the thing is, what do you call it? The composer of Halo. He's not been with the company forever, but I still feel like you can feel that influence. It's almost like whatever composers they got were like fans of Marty O'Donnell.
Yeah, they're like, please just make Marty O'Donnell music as best you can. We understand that you're not him.
I think that Destiny 1 work that Marty did is finally either coming out this year or maybe recently came out. The one that Paul McCartney like contributed on, like it just never got released. I forget what the reason why was, but yeah. So like they announced like Paul McCartney was at E3 and they're like, oh, Paul McCartney's doing music with Marty O'Donnell for Destiny, and then like they had the falling out, it just kind of went away. So it came out recently, like, oh no, like we made like an entire album. It just like it never came out. So like I think like among like some public pressure, and Paul McCartney's like, well, can we get it out there? Like they actually are releasing it.
Hey, I'd like to have people see this before I'm dead and irrelevant.
Yeah. So like, what are you short on money, Paul?
Yeah, apparently. His yacht doesn't have another yacht.
Here you go. His yacht has just the dirtiest eating quarters.
So the postmaster here. Hey! You're a
Yep,
robot.
so the postmaster has any item that you didn't have enough room to pick up when you were out in the wild, or like let's say like you kill an enemy and he drops an engram, and either you just don't see it and just don't pick it up, or he like falls off the universe and the engram falls with him. That item will be at the postmaster
Nice.
as well.
Yeah, I got some tokens that I apparently missed.
All right, and now you're gonna go to the Cryptarch. So the one at the farm, her name is Tyra
The
Karn.
dreams have changed.
Let's see what
And
we've
now
got.
I know why.
Sorry, there are no items
The
available
traveler
here.
has chosen you.
Please check back
Your
during a
light
future visit to see if
shines
there is any
brighter
new
than ever.
inventory.
As a guardian, my calling has
Oh, so
always
okay,
been
so
as
I thought
historic.
that you had received
war.
engrams, but it seems like you were just receiving like actual
Do you
items.
have something? A cipher,
Yeah, so
perhaps?
far everything's just been an actual
Okay,
item,
so-
I think.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought you had engrams. Yeah, because later in the game you'll get these like kind of like
Not have known the name gold.
tetra. What are they? Dodecahedrons. That they don't look like much of anything, and then you take them back to Tyra, and then she decrypts them for you. So, all right. So, yep, up to you. Whenever you're ready, we can do the
Yeah.
next thing.
Let's go back to Titan.
What if the traveler wakes?
Is that where the whatever our
Yep,
next thing
it
is?
is. Yeah, we're still on Titan for Utopia. And I made it to power level 67. I am only 130, or no, sorry, 230 power level below you. Yeah.
Well, below my warlock.
Yep.
who's my lowest? I never use the warlock, but he's the only guy who's not max level, so I was like, I'll use the warlock, get him some experience. Here you go. What do you think of this ship?
I think that Darth Vader is on my tail in a TIE Advanced.
It's got like electricity on it.
It's electric. Doot, 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 doot.
Woogie woogie woogie. Now you can't see me, but you know I'm there.
You know what the worst part is? Is that people are either watching this Twitch stream or probably too old to get, or too young to get these references.
Oh, easily. That's why I'm just an awful match for Twitch with all my references from like, like I'm like that's not that old. It's from the '80s, and people are like, I was born in '97. Even like my wife, like I'm born in '81, and even my wife, like born in '85. I'm like, wow, '85, and then her sister's born in '93. I'm like, okay, like stop, you're killing me.
So let's see. Let's track our objective.
All right. Not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I actually don't see it until you track it. So if you track it, I think
There we
I'll be
go.
able to follow wherever it is.
Where are you? There we go. Somewhere over this way.
Ooh, or maybe not. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I still can't see it, so I'm just going to have to follow
Huh.
you.
They were kind of far away from it, so.
Yeah, and there is another like landing zone, closer to over here, but it's just not unlocked this early in the game.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough yet.
They'll get there.
Slowly, but surely. I like how there's just like a war going on, and I'm like, not now, guys.
Yeah, I'm really. Oh, hey, look, there's a couple other guys doing their first dank skin.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's not great. There we go. the Red War. Let's see what we got. Loading screens.
Mm-hmm. Watering can.
Have to run, but great for stream. May hop back on later. Yeah, I think we'll probably do maybe this and then call it for the night, and then maybe do something later on.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably just take a little breather, go up, see how the wife's doing, if she's any backup with the kids. Actually, their bedroom's right above me, and they don't sound like they're they're doing anything bad, so it's probably been a good night. But I like to check on her in a couple hours. But yeah, it's entirely possible I'll come back down if Sarah's doesn't want to watch anything. But yeah, this is fun. I appreciate you having me on. It was great getting to introduce one of these this franchise that I like to a player who's willing to give it a try. So
this is a lot of fun. I will probably definitely keep going with this. At least get through the campaign.
Yeah, and thanks for and thanks for coming, Adam. I appreciate.
Thanks to everybody.
Appreciate all the RF Gen guys who were able to stop by. It was great fun. And again, I mentioned it before, but this game is under $10 for the base
I got
game,
it
like pretty much everywhere.
$4 this week.
Worth every
you sent me the thing, it was like $6. That was the online price. There was like $1 off for store pickup, and then Gamers Club Unlocked made it sub $4.
And I gotta tell you, like, I've always said that Destiny, like the base game of Destiny, even like like the whole campaign, should be free, and then you should have to play to go beyond level 20, to progress beyond level 20 as a character, or to play any of the expansion content. And the thing is, I argued that for a long time, but like at the end of the day, when you can get a game for $4, it kind of is free. So like, it's like, what are you even doing? Like, you're just trying to move some plastic that's like still in the store.
It's like, all right, you know what? Maybe I won't get that extra candy bar, or oh no, I have to pack a lunch one day.
Right.
As opposed to going out to Wawa.
Right.
Or to the 7-Eleven, for those of you who don't know what a Wawa is.
Oh yeah, no. It's when we go to the Jersey Shore every year for our vacation, and Wawa is a staple of our visit there.
Okay, I've got the location.
I am spoiled in that I get to Wawa on the daily if necessary.
Oof. and for let me tell people, if you're not familiar with a Wawa, like imagine like a gas station that also has food, but it's way better than it sounds.
It's like a Sheetz or a 7-Eleven, but all of the food's real good.
Right. Right. And at the end of the day, yeah, you're at a gas station, so yeah, it's not going to be like a restaurant or anything. But as far as like, I would never dream of buying food at any other gas station. But at the Wawa, you can be sure that you're gonna, you're gonna spend a couple bucks, and you're gonna come away with like a delicious breakfast burrito or like a decent deli sandwich, like something that's gonna be good.
In the winter time.
And they got good iced coffee. They, it's just a really good. It's like our breakfast staple when we're in Jersey Shore.
In the winter time, they have chicken and dumplings and chili, and it's like this. I shouldn't be getting this from the equivalent of a gas station.
But they make it work.
They do.
Grenade. And I don't know how familiar you are with the area, but we go to Manahawkin.
Yeah, that's not too far.
And we love that area. Yeah, So we stay in Manahawkin, and then we go to Long Beach Island.
I'm a little bit farther south than that, probably another 20-30 minutes. Down near the Ocean City, Atlantic City, Brigantine area, that general vicinity.
Gotcha. Yeah, we went down to Atlantic City. Well, I was in Atlantic City for a bachelor party last year, but one year when we were in Manahawkin, we just took not even a day trip, it was like a morning trip down to Atlantic City because we'd never been there, we just wanted to see it. And like most places that are like, kind of gambling, that are like nighttime destinations, I mean, it's not that it's a bad place during the day, but it's not nearly as interesting during the day.
Yep.
Just like nothing's going on. Everyone's still, you know, kind of sleeping. So
I'm excited. They just opened up, as a matter of fact, in what used to be the Showboat Casino,
Palpatine.
that is now the Showboat Hotel, is an arcade, and it's one of those pay one price, play all day kind of arcades. Whoever opened it, like the person who opened it, it's like this just out of college girl, and it's like her dad's like, well, I opened this place up as like a business venture for my daughter. She wanted an arcade, and this will be a good learning experience for her. And the guy has pinball machines that are tens of thousands of dollars each.
Ooh. That's, oh man. So, venture capitalist, but he has some capital.
Something like that.
Alright, dude, I'm gonna let you take this ogre by yourself.
Uh-oh. That seems like all sorts of the wrong idea.
So ogres,
Yep.
yeah, ogres are one of the biggest, most aggressive hive enemies. They're actually a lot of fun when there's like a really big boss type ogre. But yeah, what he just did to you is what he does to a lot of people.
That was me being stupid. Because I forgot that I have a heavy weapon, like I've forgotten this entire game. I fired the sniper rifle that I had equipped twice, and then now I have a grenade launcher that I haven't yet to fire off.
Yeah, grenade launcher is a new type of heavy weapon, and I gotta tell you, I am just absolutely not a fan. I don't know why we needed a grenade launcher. Rockets are awesome. They actually took fusion rifles out of the energy slot where they used to be and put them in the heavy slot, which, you know, whatever, take it or leave it. The biggest thing that I miss about weapon types from the first game is they just completely got rid of machine guns. And they said it was, yeah, they said it was for, they were a heavy weapon. They said mainly it was for PvP balance because, you know, you could just sit in a corner and just, they did so much damage, you could just kind of like, you know, like one or two bullets like pop into people like from a distance. So they said it was for PvP balance, and I'm like, dude, I've been saying it for years. You have to balance PvP and PvE separately, but like, they seem to refuse to do that. So I really miss machine guns.
Yeah, because that seems like something rather interesting and fun that's just now missing.
Oh, man, machine guns were so great. But the thing is, now that they're changing the weapon types, slots back to like, okay, they're going to assign each weapon an ammo type, and then that's what slot you can put it in. So like they'll assign in September, you might get a weapon like a what normally would only be a heavy weapon, it could drop in the white slot. So, you know, like, you know, it could be a really interesting way for them to like bring certain weapons back.
Oh, so they're
they're
changing stuff up? Oh yeah, that's right. What's it called? The update.
Huge changes. Yeah, Forsaken. Yeah.
Huh.
So I'll let you get down here. You can pick up the CPU. And then this is a spoiler alert, a very Halo style. You didn't do it right.
I didn't.
There's a very Halo style escape sequence that I'll let you initiate.
So we're inside of a library.
Yep, looks very much like
the
a library.
The index.
No, there's no way the hive didn't hear that alarm.
Yep, all we're doing is running.
But we stirred up the entire hive colony, and it's a long walk to the surface.
Oh hey, is that a car?
They're not gonna make it out of there, Commander.
That's a vehicle.
Can you make it to the center of the arcology? We should be able to send someone to pick you up from there. Holiday.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
carrying a CPU
Yeah, I'm on
anymore.
it.
What happened?
Yeah, you may have to drive your own. Oh, you got it.
Okay.
It's okay. Now there's no weapons on this thing. You're just driving.
I was
like a
actually
mofo.
getting ready to say, is this going to be like the ending sequence of Halo 2, or where I'm just in the car, or Halo 3?
This road leads
It's
to
an
the center
escape
of the
sequence.
arcology. We'll lead
Yep.
the way out once we get there.
Yeah, it was Halo 3
strapping in and
and
about to
Halo
take off.
Guardians, right? They both
be
had
there
escape
ASAP.
sequences. Or no, not Guardians. 3
Yes.
and 4 both had
Sir?
escape sequences.
I like one of my favorite things to do with those stupid things. A friend of
Yes,
mine
sir.
likes to just take those stupid escape sequences and play different music. while we're playing like Halo.
Yeah.
And he had Danger Zone queued up for it, and he had already known that it was going to happen.
It's pretty good. I gotta tell you, my favorite escape sequence of all time. It's not and it's kind of a funny one. It's not a Halo game, even though those were probably like the most tense and the ones that I was like most like involved in. Have you played Far Cry
Yes!
Dragon?
On the back of the dragon.
Oh my god. The escape sequence on the back of the Blood Dragon is hilarious and awesome. Because it's almost like that Up, not Up, what was the movie? Yeah, it was Up. Like where where you can hear the dog's thoughts. Like being able to hear the dinosaur's thoughts or the Blood Dragon's thoughts as you're escaping is incredible. He's like, I am having a terrific time.
This is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Get that CPU back to control and decrypt these transmissions.
It does kind of make you wonder sometimes. I'm like, okay, like Bungie made all these awesome, you know, like the Warthog and all these crazy good vehicle escape sequences. Where are the amazing vehicles and escape sequences? So like this one's okay, and there are some, spoiler alert, there are some tank levels in the campaign of Destiny 2, so those are kind of cool, but they're just kind of scattered in there. I think they're trying to, you know, stick more with
Like
the gunplay.
few and far between kind of stuff.
Oh, so this is actually pretty. Yeah, this is actually important, so I'll let you watch this for a quick second.
So,
ooh, what is that? What could it be?
it's a Halo? I'm just gonna make Halo references.
Is it Beyonce?
Do I have the express permission of the NFL to be rebroadcasting this? I saw it.
343 Guilty Spark is all.
I saw a
up.
tweet this morning, and it was somebody said, you know, if the Purge were a real thing, I would rebroadcast NFL broadcasts
They call it
for
the
12
Almighty.
hours on the side of my house.
Crown jewel of the Red Legion and life's work of their leader, Dominus Gaul. Gaul has subjugated hundreds of worlds. Those that resisted no longer exist. You see, the Almighty annihilates stars.
Hooray! I mean, I feel like that's a waste.
So it's kind of like a base that kills stars. So it's kind of like a star killer base.
More like a Death Star.
A Death Star, because it causes the deaths of
Yeah.
stars. So that is
and
that's
no
the Red
one
Legion's
survives Gaul's
main weapon.
ambition.
It's the Almighty. It
What he wants,
you know,
is the
does exactly
Traveler.
what they just showed you. So
and its light. As for the Almighty, it's now pointed at our sun. In short, sir, the war's over. And we've lost.
Yay! See, now the real question is, why would you destroy everybody's planets? There's resources and, like, things to be gained from these places. Seems like such a waste.
And I think the idea is they swoop in, they take what they want, and they're like, we don't want anyone coming after us, so we kill everything. So here you go. So this is basically, you know, Zavala's run to Titan to kind of, you know, figure out what the next plan is. So we've gone and told him, like, hey, listen, you can't just hide here on Titan. Like, you need to, you know, like, be Zavala, bro. So that's what's happening here.
Walls mean nothing. This enemy has taken our home, taken our
Today
right,
is our
and
Independence
now
Day.
They threaten our very existence. We're going all in on this.
We will not go silent.
Almighty. How long before the
Yep.
fleet's combat ready?
Zavala, wait.
If we wait, we die. But if we attack together, we can take back our home, our light, our hope. Or we die
Yep.
trying. Now, I need my fire team. I need
Ooh,
Ikora.
Ikora.
Kid.
That's definitely the name that I remember. Ikora.
Something like that.
So the humor comes Cade is obviously the comic relief. He's Nathan Fillion voice character that, you know, if you want no spoilers for September's Forsaken update, I won't tell you what they've already said happens. But
bad
one of
things
the
happen.
He's got a date. He's got a date with Destiny. So we'll just
Womp
we'll leave it
womp.
there, and people can look it up if they want to. Yeah, but also spoiler alert: Nathan Fillion no longer follows Bungie on Twitter. So just, you know, take that, figure that piece out. I mean, it's pretty much already out there, so we can say it if you want to. It's in their marketing for the game.
But yeah, no, he's a guardian now.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So, is that it for this session here? That's a good little couple hours. Good
let's
little,
call it at that.
I have my
through the campaign a little bit.
Let's tell everybody real quick where they can find all sorts of the cool stuff that we do.
Sure. So for me, you know, with me, Bill McGee, so it's BILMCGEE. That's on Twitter. I am also hang out at Retro World Expo. That's one of my shows that we do. It's coming up in Hartford, Connecticut, September 8th and 9th. If you like retro games and want to meet the Mortal Kombat actors, we just announced Rich DeVizio. It's coming back, coming for the first time rather, as well as Daniel Pacina coming back. And some of the NBA Jam devs are coming. We're announcing some more bands this week and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's Retro World Expo, and RF Generation is obviously it's the name of the stream, but that's a site that we're both involved with still. So those are the main places you can catch me.
And I'm at Neomagicwarrior on the Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty much the major stuff. RFGeneration.com. We should put up a schedule and see when we're gonna do more stuff. Maybe later on this week we can do like just a Jackbox stream, just to kind of have everybody kind of crash and relax for the night. I wouldn't mind hosting.
Yeah, no, and we definitely, you know, we played, you know, we're trying to figure out what to play, and, you know, I kind of threw out Destiny as an option. It's something that I play a lot, and Neo hadn't played it, or, you know, it's pretty cheap, so we just did it, but we're certainly open to suggestions and anything that people want to tell us, like, hey, you know, give this a try. This is a fun little way to spend the evening. And obviously Jackbox, we've all played. It's just a hilarious thing that everyone can get involved with. So yeah, let us know if you want to suggest something, but we are going to try to get like a semi-regular schedule going on so people know when they can catch us.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. And with that, signing off for Bill and I.
All right.
I'm Neo. Stay legendary, guys.
I'm Bill. Later.
Oh no. Mouse.
Stay exotic.
Stay exotic. I like it.